Hello Libra, this is going to be your February 2020 monthly tarot reading. I'm going to get a few cards out of this deck and then I'll get some tarot dice to do our clarifiers, and then I'm also going to do an oracle advice card. So we'll see how this goes for y'all. The readings have been going super awesome. I had to take a little break because of all of the Super Bowl fans with their fireworks and everything, which was so awesome. Here, everybody's celebrating, but it was definitely loud, so I had to take a small little interlude. Hope y'all had a good January. I was like really misty-minded throughout January, and so many changes, you know, that were really good, but change is always something that you have to kind of incorporate and integrate with. And so I actually was a little late with my readings in total because I just didn't feel grounded, you know, and I didn't want to come to this space without being fully present. So I honor and thank all of you that were waiting for readings. All right, we've got the Five of Swords, the Hermit, Queen of Pentacles, and the Hangman. All right, that is awesome. Looks like you have a major arcana in here, so big changes in February. Now you can look at these as like a weekly energy, and you could look at them as just a whole. They don't have to go in order in any way, so this will definitely be different for each Libra out there. Now we have the Five of Swords coming up right off the bat though, and the Five of Swords is always going to be there to ask us about our beliefs in whole, how we communicate them, how we process them through our mind, and how they serve us. You know, is our belief really serving us at the moment? And sometimes our beliefs can hurt other people. Sometimes, you know, we can get hurt by our own beliefs, and sometimes, you know, there can be like this greed or this sense of like self-purpose that can really just, you know, self-sabotage in a way. So being mindful of what your beliefs are and how that could be affecting some of the, you know, situations that you may encounter in February. And it's not all bad, you know. The belief system is always there to guide us. And as we grow and change and go through experiences that change our perceptions, we're able to actually identify beliefs and alter them to a way that really suits us. And the Hermit is a character that will always go inside to honor those beliefs, check those beliefs, and really seek inner guidance. Whereas the Hierophant, which would be the number 5 in the major arcana, so we have 5 here, and the Hierophant would be like the Hermit, but more checking his beliefs with community and, you know, standards and unspoken words and, you know, religious beliefs, whereas the Hermit's always going to go inside. So the religion and the spiritual belief and the awareness is always sought within. And the Hermit knows that whatever he's looking for, he already has the answer. He just needs to take a moment to listen and seek that inner guidance. So that's going to be suggested for you in February, and that may be where somebody comes to you and says, hey, you've hurt me. And you're like, what? I didn't even realize, you know, I was just, here's my truths. I'm holding all these truths and I'm proud of my truths. And somebody's like, yeah, but your truths kind of hurt. Okay? And so maybe checking our truths. What are our truths and how do they affect the people that we care about? And sometimes that inner seeking, that moment to just really see all sides of things can really give you like that inner guidance. You know, it could be a work thing. It could be a friend, a lover. It could be a creative project where somebody's like, this just isn't working. And you're like, what? It should work. Here's my truths, you know? And they're like, nah, it's not. Check that inner guidance, okay? Check the way that you're being guided, because you will find the answers that you're looking for sometime in February. Now, you also get the Queen of Pentacles. And whenever we get court cards, that could be somebody in our life that is really impactful throughout the month, or it could be like an attitude that you need to adopt throughout the month. So Queen of Pentacles is a character that is always going to nurture ideas and ways to build stability. So the coins are always going to be something we can see, touch, feel. It's going to be a physical thing, but it always builds our stability. So a relationship is a thing that can build our stability. A job is a thing that can provide stability, right, through payments and income. There can be a lot of ways to build our stability, and it'll be different for every Libra watching out there. But the thing is this isn't asking you to do much action right now. None of these cards are saying, go do this. A lot of these are saying, look within. The Queen's always going to nurture within. She's always going to look at it, know that it's worth it, examine it, love it, honor it, okay? That doesn't say that she's going after it like the King will. The King always goes after it. He gets it. He obtains. Okay, she actually gives him the idea of what to obtain. She's nurturing something, building, growing something. So you're really thinking about and nurturing the idea of what stability is to you in your current circumstance for February. So looking at that, maybe it's about taxes, maybe it's about buying a new place, you know, these ideas that start bubbling around. And that guidance will be found within. And it looks like you will have a total perception shift. So it's like you start here with this very solid and bold mindset. You know, here's my truths, you know, very, very much not keeping it a secret, not shy about it. And then it's like you go into this introspection and find that inner guidance, nurture, and you come out with this whole new perspective. So this is going to be a total shift in the way you look at something. You know, if you look at something upside down, it can completely look differently. And that's what's going to happen to you. Something in your world, in your experience, and the things, you know, that you would normally see as one way are going to be shifted upside down for you to see in a different way. And that'll serve you. It'll help you move forward in something that's going to be really important for you moving forward. So again, this could be that relationship, you know, where you're like, no, I didn't mean to hurt you. I was just, here's my truths. And you're like, oh, I see where that was this. I'm going to nurture the stability, change the way I act and feel about this to honor my relationship. You know, if this is that job, you're going to change and shift the way that you see something in order to build something bigger. Open up your mind a little bit into something. So keep your eyes open. Now I'm going to get some clarifying dice. These are awesome tarot dice, but there's a bunch of them in here and I got to kind of mix them up and it's very loud. So I'm going to mute the mic for a moment during this part. Okay, so definitely having some burden ending. This is going to be the Nine of Wands. And when we get the Nine of Wands, we've recognized that something just isn't really working anymore. And what we thought was good and awesome and passionate and cool at the beginning is just kind of not that feeling anymore. You know, as we grow and change and our perceptions shift, wow, say that a bunch of times fast. Once our perceptions shift, we're able to outgrow things, and something is being outgrown for you. And maybe it is that belief. Maybe it is that truth that you know, hold so dear is maybe going to now become some sort of burden for you. And you've recognized it. You've recognized that this way of thinking or this truth or this way of communicating, something within that thought and communication arena is just not really working for you, and it really surrounds your beliefs. So check with yourself, Libra, on what you truly believe, because something's wrapping up for you. When we get to the nines, that means you're almost to the 10, and the 10 is an end of a chapter. That's when you've fully learned something. You know, so the nines are saying, hey, you've already recognized it. So the 10 would be that gift to you for learning something, and you get to move on to something new. So just knowing that something's ending in the way of what you used to think and be very passionate about is now falling to the wayside, and you think a little bit differently now. Now going into this Hermit, you get another Queen. This is the Queen of Cups. And while you're in this introspection, it's saying to honor and nurture your feelings and emotions. So over here, she's honoring stability and the actual physical things that we need in life to, you know, build our legacy. She is always honoring her feelings and growing feelings and building around what her emotions are telling her. So that is definitely going to be key when you do that introspection and see how you feel about things. As you're moving out of this belief or changing your belief or altering your belief, see how it makes you feel, because that's going to be key in how you build that stability and use that information to benefit your path. Because right here you have an Ace of Swords. So that's a new way of thinking. That is a new way of communicating. So clearly you're going to come out and through this with new ways. You have another ace over here that's going to be clarifying as new feelings. So you get two aces. That's new stuff coming through. Like I said, after the 10, you have a 9 here and you have all these new things building up. Then you get the aces, because the Hermit here is a number 9 as well. So you're going to get new opportunities and really nurturing what is stable for you. That's where you're going to really be able to use that new truth. You're coming forward with a new truth in February, and in some way it's going to be connected to what is physically here, what you can see, touch, feel, and it brings stability and builds towards that ultimate legacy, that thing that you are building and what's important to you in your life. Now you have this Ace of Cups over here, which means you're going to have a totally new experience with the way you feel and emotions. This could be a new relationship. This could be the way you look at your emotions and feelings. With the Hanged Man, the perception's been shifted from something you used to totally think to something like, wow, I don't even think that anymore. That's totally different. And that's going to bring through some brand new opportunities to explore those emotions and those new perceptions. It's going to be an opportunity to actually utilize and engage in new thinking and new emotion, new love, essentially, for something. That could be love for yourself, love for life, love for a person, love for your passion, love for this new truth. Something new is going to come out of this February shift for you, because you're going to start it looks like with one way of thinking and end it with a completely different way of thinking. Now let's get a advice oracle card for you and see if we can get just a little bit more clarity on what's going on for you in February. If you haven't subscribed yet, please, please, please subscribe. It definitely helps the channel spread around, and if you like the video, that also helps. So if you hit the little thumbs up thing. If you want to get notified when I'm posting, hit that subscribe. Also, I add a lot of stuff down into the details that I don't actually, in the description, that I actually don't say on here. So if you're interested in like what cards I use, some of these things on the table, I do buy a lot of stuff online, so I've added links and you can check those out. And I add little tidbits of things that I believe in and follow in the description for the month. So if you never recognized that before, check that out as well. All right, let's get an advice card. Between worlds, yeah, definitely. So as you've recognized the burden and you're moving out of one belief and into another, you are going to feel that between world. Maybe you're experiencing that because of the eclipse that happened in January, but something has shifted and it's like you have one foot in one world and one foot in the other. And it can feel really weird. You're just like, I know something's new and something's changed, but I'm still like kind of in here still. I feel it, but I don't feel it fully. And so this is a card to say, hey, just keep moving forward. You're already between worlds. You're not going backwards. So keep on going forward. Maybe releasing this burden and doing that introspection is going to help you get that other foot forward so you can really get into the new, because here's the new, all shiny and beautiful and colorful. Here it is. Here's that ace and that ace. That's that new between worlds. So I hope February is super awesome for y'all. We'll see you in March, and take it easy. Thanks for watching.